you say that again eventually?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a black woman,
Oh my goodness, you getting messy.
can you be with a man that's making less money than you?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah. What about that?
That's a great question.
Hold on.
Kevin
No,
Samuels.
answer that question.
Kevin Samuels. Go ahead and say no. Be real.
I don't know. That's a great question. What I will say.
She know it's no.
No.
Girl had it over here for a whole month. You know, paid no bills, just sitting on the couch.
Can I be your stay-at-home? Hey, can I be a stay-at-home man?
30-day lease. He got 20 more days.
Can I be a stay-at-home man? Can I be like, I'm gonna get the kids, huh?
Wait, no, I'm gonna stay home and get the kids.
Right?
Oh, no, you go to work.
You gonna work, baby. You want food? You want food?
I got the babies. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Blackbird 91. We're talking to you guys, part 2 actually of this conversation on I Am Athlete. It was a really good conversation. I actually really loved the podcast, and loved this episode as well. Between the men and the women, I guess men and women, between Cari Champion and the gentleman as well. And so the topic that's come up, the question that's come up is, can she date somebody who makes less than her? Now, I think the initial question is not what's intriguing. It's the follow-on conversation that goes on. And so we're going to play it and react to it as we watch it. But just pay attention to some of the arguments that are being made in this conversation. I think it's very evident. I always say this, men and women are not equal. They're equitable. And, you know, I think with the point that she made, I think it's quite clear and evident that, you know, when she said obviously she couldn't date somebody who makes less than her, considerably, she said considerably less than her, by the way. He needs to be in the same ballpark. It's interesting when they said obviously could she date somebody who didn't make a man who didn't make anything? And I said the reason, and I said this as well. I said, you know, a man could date a woman who doesn't make anything, but could it be the same for women? No, because our roles are considerably different, and therefore the gravity and the weight and responsibility we attribute to those particular roles are considerably different, which is why I say men and women should be looking for equity, not for equality. And I say this all the time. So women are not looking for it to be equal, because to be equal would mean that I can do the exact same things you can do, and you can do the same things that I can do. And I always say this again, none of us can do the exact same things. I cannot get pregnant. I don't have a period during the course of my lifetime. We're not equal. We're equitable. And so we have to be able to bring that balance and restore it. But this conversation is really interesting. I think it's a really great conversation. Tap in. Let me know your thoughts as well down below in the comment section, what you guys think. But let's get into this. Before we do, if you're new to this channel, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. If you don't know, you don't know that actually, because you're new here. But like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because the streets out there, they are hot. All right, let's get into this particular video. And talk a little bit more about what they're talking about. Let's go.
Now, can you can
you zoom in? Can you zoom in? All of this right here is why we can't have no normal conversation.
This is
They're
great.
so proud. Y'all so proud of yourselves. Y'all gonna
do normal.
Okay. 2 things. One, the first thought is I don't want to be with someone who makes a significant amount less. But if you're in the family of where I live,
No.
Okay.
Let her answer first. Let her answer
Okay.
before you respond.
Okay.
Hold on, let her answer before you respond.
if you're in my family, like where I live and what I'm comfortable with, then I am not going to have a problem with it. Because here's the thing. The man who works on fries will cheat on you. So if I got to deal with some drama and you got to...
Hey, damn, you went there.
Yeah, I mean, wait, hold on. Where was she going? Because hold on a minute. The question was, could you date somebody considerably less? And she said the man in fries going to date. Well, you said you wouldn't date somebody like that anyway. You date someone. I'm considering the man in fries doesn't earn even close to what you earn. So that's a different example, totally. But I think I know what she's trying to say in the sense of like men have the audacity to cheat regardless of what position they're in financially with a woman. So I do get that part as well. But let's just move on.
So you say
She ain't taking me at McDonald's.
Yeah, you say you ain't baby because you think he gonna cheat on you?
No, my
That's
point
the
is, anyone
So you go into every
can...
relationship thinking somebody gonna cheat?
No. I said anyone can do you bad. Not even just cheating. Anyone can do you bad. But when you worked hard and you have become accustomed to a certain lifestyle without help, not that I'm proud of it. I would like some help. I'm tired. Come take care of me.
So you rather get cheated on
take care of
by
me.
a person that got more money?
No. I don't want to be cheated. My point is, I don't want to be cheated on. Period. But the point is that I am not going to make a situation where I have to make myself be less than.
That's a fair point.
If I only date black men, which I do, despite contrary, popular opinion, if I'm gonna date a black man and I make more than him, like I understand why that is. I'm aware of it. But if it's a significant amount less, I'm gonna really have a hard time with it.
Why?
I'm keeping it above because I'm not paying for you.
See,
Ooh. Because I'm not paying for you. When I say that we have different roles in this life, Understand me. We have different roles in this life. Look at her answer. And I'm not even budging the answer. The answer's calm. But simply put, if a man says, I'm not paying for you, that's why if you earn less than me, I can't date you, we'd all be looking at him like, what the frick? Because we understand that we have roles. This is why I said this whole we can interchange roles is absolute bollocks. Okay, it's for the birds. Okay, all right. There are select few of people, very minute select group of people that can do this. The majority of us adhere to gender roles. If you want to call it biological, whatever you want to call it, gender roles, where men provide and women receive. Now, a woman can work too, but women receive. In that instance, she said instantly, when she's in a provider role, or what? I don't want to pay for him. That was her first thought. Her first thought was what? Being taken advantage of. I don't have to pay for him. Why would you have to pay for him if he's making less than you? Like, why would you need to do that? Right? And the truth of the matter is, because when it comes to women being in a position of that particular power, upgrading that particular person, she won't want to. Once you make a certain amount of money, you won't want to. Now, I'm not saying there aren't women out there that have, spent money on their men and tried to upgrade them, but your upgrading was in the hope that he would upgrade so he can start spending on you. Your hope was to build a bear, and y'all know how I feel about that. Build a bear so that he can then become in that provider position, because you didn't want to be in that position in the long term. Women don't want to necessarily, and it's not all, women don't necessarily want to be in a position where they're consistently having to do what the man should be doing. Meaning we do adhere to some gender role. And why I say there's no equality, it's equity, because you should be having a stake at the table. And therefore, if there is a gender role when it comes to provision, is there a role for what women should be playing too? But anyway, I digress.
That's the problem, but a good dude can come. But a good dude.
So if a good dude comes and he makes
nothing, zero.
Okay, no.
Hold on.
I'm not doing
But
it.
She ain't doing it.
I'm not doing it.
So you got to
This
prep
score,
her.
I'm right again. We had all the women on the damn show right now.
I'm not
More-
doing it.
more-
I'm not doing it. Because
Hold on,
guess what?
see.
You know why I'm not doing it? Because y'all date the baddest with the biggest booties and the smallest waist and all that other shit that y'all want, and y'all don't ever think twice about y'all demands. So if I have a demand that says, don't you make less than me by this amount, that's significantly better than what y'all demand. Y'all be having the baddest of to let her fall off. Y'all get 10 more.
No.
So
We can't
here's
put that
the
on
thought process, because you have this unbelievable scale of what you think a woman looks like, which is unbelievable. I can't compete with the whatever the hell y'all think is possible that is created in your own mind. And then y'all like, I don't fool with her because she got a corn on her pinky toe.
Bro,
Like y'all be on that crazy stuff. So for me to say I want a man.
Darling, there are women out there that will not date you because you're not 6 foot plus. There are women out here that will date you because you know what? You don't have a very good fashion sense. There are women out here that will date you because you don't look a certain particular way. You don't carry a certain energy that they want. We all have a spectrum of things that we require. Now, women will probably, I can say this, women can ignore the physical. Again, women can ignore the physical when they get to a certain point and say, do you know what? I just love his personality. Now, don't come and date me if that's what you're saying. I don't want. I want you to desire me. Okay, I'm gonna put it bluntly. I want you to desire me. But there are women out there that a lot of women that can date you, and they weren't physically attracted to you in the first place, but then get onto you. But my point is that, again, the scales for how we judge the other sex is different, right? Like she's explaining that how us as men will look at a baddie and go, I'll cancel her because she's got a certain imperfection. Yes, because what men judge by oftentimes when it comes to women is really, it is the physical aspect, whereas men are judged by the provision. This is unfortunate. That's just the way life works at the moment. That's the system we have right now, or the currency we have right now, the weight that we have right now, that makes sense. Unfortunately, that's the value we put on both parties, money and looks.
Man who's gainfully employed and living in my world and not making my life less than.
Hold
It's
on.
fine. And here's the thing.
90% of the black men are out the window because they're not even
Okay.
What you about? No, go ahead. Finish.
Nope.
Yeah, all right.
Finish your thoughts.
See, all right, so here's what
And
I'm
I'm
saying.
not afraid of none of y'all. So
I need more wine. And we not.
I ain't afraid of none of y'all.
But she said she ain't dating nobody
Yeah,
that make less.
put CC over
No.
here right now.
I said
Right now, for
significantly
2
less.
minutes.
So if he
I
making
said
six,
significantly less.
let's
Not,
just say he
Hold on,
making-
you just had your space to talk.
y'all
let's
fool.
just
Me
say-
and ESPN,
Can I
you.
have some
He
wine
might-
with this?
he gotta
They're
be making
stressing
over
me
$250
out, and
million.
it's not fair.
I got a daughter.
I noticed also as well, darling, she's just a little bit cheekily kind of trying to wire the whole conversation. What I mean by that is like take over the conversation. So like the men are actually being very respectful. For once in their life, the men are actually being respectful, and they're actually holding each other and say, hey, relax. Like let her speak. But as soon as they start speaking, she kind of jumps in a little bit. Not too rudely, like it's like blatantly obvious. But I just see that there's sometimes, even just then, like he was like, let us have our little speak. You're doing ESPN to us. It's a little trying to check her and just let her know, listen, You're doing this over the conversation. And I can see she's getting a bit triggered. The energy she's bringing now wasn't so calm. When she first started talking about the subject about black women, which you watched my part 1, she was cool. Now, not so much. And I get it. The topic is always triggering, and it gets heated. You know what I mean? Especially if we've got experience in this area.
She better not bring no broke dude home.
Fact.
Oh no, you ain't in the conversation.
I'm
right
joining
now.
in.
No, you ain't.
I'm turning around. I'm not in. I'm out.
But no, so
I'm
basically,
out.
It's hard out
so
here in
listen,
the streets, boy.
let's say you my sister. You my sister. You making $1 million.
Okay.
Hell, you should be making for real. We look at the market. You should
Just
be
get
making
to the
3.
point.
All right,
Damn.
so I'm trying to get people to subscribe and follow and partner with CC.
Thank you. You got
If the brand is good, and then you get and then you come to me and say, bro, you know, I got this young man, I got this gentleman. He's phenomenal. He loved me. We see the world the same way. All right, we about to have these babies, right? And financially, we set. I'm on TV. I can work for the next 20 years making $3 million a year. Okay. What I need right now is him to make sure home is good. The babies are good because I'm out. I gotta get Swaggy. I gotta go get Kaepernick. I gotta get AB. I'm gonna go get this person. I'm working. We good financially, so make sure the home is good.
Yeah.
I don't need him to contribute from a financial standpoint.
There
You know
are
what I'm
women-
gonna say? I'm gonna say this: if he love you and he doing his job in that aspect, he cool.
I think that's beautiful. And I love that you are open-minded and you are a father that is kind. Do you agree with him? Would you do the same? Yes or no? Would you do the same for your daughter? If she met a broke guy and she's making over $1 million a year and she was like,
if he wasn't like a little
and
gangster,
he loved her and he loved her, you wouldn't care. Same with you.
Our niggas are chatting, they're capping. You niggas are capping. You niggas are capping. I mean, it would have to be that I would have to monitor this young man for a space and a time in the season. I would have to monitor this young man for a space and time in the season for me to feel comfortable. Let me be very honest. This is why I said that sometimes this becomes disingenuous. You are not and I mean, here's my thing. A man who isn't living in his purpose, again, if your purpose is to serve this woman, I don't think it's a comfortable space to be in. You got to still have your own hustle. Whether that's not making as much money as her or not, doesn't make a difference. You still got to have your own hustle that you're working with. Now, if you're going to say you're going to be a stay-at-home dad all your life and she's going to pay the bills, I don't know how comfortable I am. And maybe that's just my, patriarchal mindset coming through, my misogyny maybe playing through. I don't know how comfortable I am with having my daughter in that space because I really do adhere to the patriarchal society certain parts of standards and certain gender roles. And I know that as well. Men get uncomfortable when they're not doing what they're not doing. And them saying, oh, they'll be happy for their daughter to date that man. I'm like, would you though? Because you see, men will shame other men like, oh, that's her bitch. That's her bird. That's her beard. Or he a follower. Once you start hearing that talk in the winds, how comfortable are you gonna really be? Once you start hearing those conversations like that and you're hearing people don't respect you and men don't respect you, because you see, men respect other men who accomplish things. If your accomplishment is to finesse women or to be in a space where you're just a dad, right? Men don't really respect that. Let's just keep it a buck. I'm not saying every man, but I'm saying the general consensus, that's not respect. If you're a dad and you're making money, we get it. Your dad, you're staying at home and you're making money, we get it. Or we stay at home for a temporary amount of time, we get it. But if your life's work, 20 years span, is to be a dad while your wife works, men don't necessarily respect that. Now, maybe we need a change of culture. Maybe we need a change of culture in that respect. But for now, what I'm seeing, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. The amount of embarrassment is gonna come his way. Can he handle that? Is he strong enough to be able to respect that? Is he strong enough to be able to say that's not? I disagree with you guys. You're asking a lot.
You, Pac-Man, you saying?
I don't want nobody to date my daughter. I ain't gonna lie. I
Wifey did
just
this
don't want
again.
nobody to
She
date.
just
Period.
wifey just did this. What
Period.
wife you thinking right
Period.
now?
What do you would you care if your daughter married a man who had no money?
Right, I would care.
You say you would care?
Yes.
Why would you care?
I don't
Because
get,
anything go wrong, I'm gonna have to take care of all this.
What the
Why
hell?
wouldn't I not care? Like
Oh, she makes
it do
she
play a
got
little
the
part in
bread.
it though. Like
She got
I'm not
the-
saying he gotta make more than her, but this nigga need to be doing something.
No, he taking care of the family. The same thing you
What-
said with
what
wifey.
family?
Wifey, you said just wifey.
No,
you said no, she worked for
I'm,
me.
I'm thinking you saying that they meet each other, she making this amount of money, and ain't no kids.
I say you meet the man you want, right?
Like if she making $3 million,
So
Say
wait
you
a
meet the
second.
man- Say you meet the man you
But
want.
wait, time out. I make $3 million. I meet a man who
he gotta be doing something.
in the story.
Say y'all meet.
So he actually, in the end, proved her point, which is, again, she can't date down. And we don't expect her to date down. When it comes down to your daughter, suddenly you realize what the truth is. No, that's why I said to you, like, and again, considerably less. I think the gentleman should, if he's living in his purpose, I think that's a completely different scenario to somebody who's working. somebody who's living in their purpose is fulfilled in their purpose because they're doing what they're supposed to do, right? Let's say like the person's got a passion for I don't know, Greenpeace, or a passion for the environment or whatever, and that's the job that they're actually in. They love their job. Then the money isn't so much an issue because they love what they do. They're being fulfilled. The issue is when most of us don't do what we love. We're doing what we need to do to pay the bills. And so if you're in a relationship where you're doing what you're in a relationship and you're married to somebody or dating somebody who is just paying the bills, eventually it's going to get to a head where like they need to grow, because the growth needs to be shown, because the love here doesn't exist. So in order to show there's progression for that person's life, I need to grow. I need to be promoted. I need to have another job. I need to do different experiences. Where somebody who loves what they do, that's their purpose, they're in what they're supposed to do, then dating someone who makes more money or is more financially minded in terms of their mindset won't be much as a problem, because that person is focused on the love of what they do. You know what I mean? So the men actually killed themselves in this conversation.
Meet the man you want.
Wait, time out. I don't want that to go away.
What
I
do you
want
say?
you to say that a black man agrees with me that no matter how hard I work, how much money I'm making, how hard I work, I gotta have a man who's doing something.
Why is that
What if he
important? You
gotta
loses
be
his
doing
job?
something.
What if he loses his job while y'all 5 years in?
I'm good.
What
I'm good. If he
can-
loses his job, I'm supporting him.
See,
5 years in.
see,
I'm there. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere.
Can you explain why that's important though? Because like,
So what's the difference?
because I'm
The
with you with.
What's the difference? I met you when you was working.
But you know me.
No. I'm saying if I meet a guy and he has a job, 5 years in, he loses his job, and I'm the sole breadwinner, I'm good with that. Because I'm gonna hold you down and I'm gonna build you back up, because that's just what we do, like magic.
What if he don't want
Y'all
to get built
forget
back
that.
up?
Right.
And then
So if he don't get built back up, you always.
he will be built back up.
But what if he don't want to?
And then that's more even deeper, right?
Like,
If he don't want to work
say
no more, if he
comfortable
done,
being at with the
he and I are
Yeah.
not spiritual. We're
Say
not
he's
even
comfortable
aligned.
doing, like,
If
you
I'm
know,
dating somebody, if I'm about to be with you, and you mentally just don't want to do
So you gonna get a
anything
divorce,
else
no matter what the kids
anymore,
think?
then I picked the wrong one.
No, you didn't.
Oh, you
Because
didn't?
like
So
listen,
it
that's a
matters about a
business.
job.
No, the men are out of pocket. I'm sorry. If you dated a girl who was, and that's the thing, if you're dating a girl, right, and she suddenly flips on you and says she wants to change roles, so either she was working, now doesn't want to work, and she wants you to support her, you might feel some type of way, bro. Right? Unless in your mind you've already wanted her not to be working, you're going to feel some type of way about why you just stopped working all of a sudden. Like, no, that's not what we agreed on. And so actually, earlier on in the conversation, that's what actually I think it was. It might have been Pac-Man who said it. He said, "Listen, when you're in a relationship and people change up their expectations, causes problems." Absolutely. So there's no way now we can just sit and be like, oh yeah, I know what Nick is trying to say, and this is what men sometimes end up doing. They end up being facetious. There's no way there's gonna be. He suddenly just want to work. He just wants to chill at home. What? We ain't got no kids, so you're not looking after kids. You're not looking after the home. Like, no, sir. You gonna go back to work.
I don't know how you feel.
It's not about a job. It's about doing something. Your friend just said it.
He's taking care of your kids.
He's taking care of the house.
5 years in, you got
yeah.
3 kids.
Oh yeah, no.
Yo-
But he wasn't. We're talking two scenarios. You taking care of the kids, and I'm working. I'm good. If you and I don't have no kids and we live in
You
our
just
best life
playing
and
the
you're
video
just
game.
playing video games, it's a wrap, my G.
No, ain't no
you
play.
married.
You painting the picture wrong.
Yeah.
What I'm
If
saying
you
is,
are
here's what I thought
you
when I
are
first-
an artist without an income for years and we've been together, right? And I've been working, I'm gonna have a problem with that.
But here's what I'm saying though. I feel like, and that's why I try to go back. And I say it's hard for me to communicate at times. I try to go back to the root of it. The traditional approach.
She's too buff. I can't lie to you. She's too spicy. I mean, yeah.
Is women work, man go provide.
Sure.
Right? I feel like we're out of that space now.
I don't think we are.
My thing is, if like when I first came into the NFL, I thought like, yeah, if I'm cool with anything, if my women work, I'm good. If she don't work, I'm cool with that.
Let's go back. Sorry, I just want to hit this point again.
Try
Sorry.
to go back to the root of it. The traditional approach is women work, man go provide.
Sure.
Right? I feel like we're out of that space now.
I don't think we are.
My thing is, if like when I first came into the
Yeah, definitely out of
NFL,
space.
I thought like, yeah, if I'm cool with anything, if my women work, I'm good. If she don't work, I'm cool with that as well.
Yeah, you guys like to be back.
I'm cool. I'm saying me personally.
Okay.
So if a man, and the reason why is because it's hard as hell.
Hell yeah.
It's hard as hell to be a homemaker. You're talking about
I agree with
raising
that.
kids. You're
I agree
talking
with
about
that.
cooking. You're talking about
I
cleaning.
agree.
You're talking about even things that we don't see. Making sure
Lord.
the finances are. We
Yeah.
out chasing
Or
around.
how about just carpool?
So if the man
it's a
just flip
5-hour
it.
carpool, you driving kids to soccer
Okay,
and
so
back
now
and da-da-da.
flip it.
Yeah.
So now flip it.
Okay. If my
If the
man's doing that, I'm
doing
good.
it, okay, that's all I was saying.
I'm good.
Okay, that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't disagree. If a man is,
Okay.
if in fact the roles reverse, because like the only thing that is constant, fellas, is the fact that it changes. The only you could have a job, you could be on top, you could be making more money than me, and you 10 years later, I'm the breadwinner. I'm good with that. It's invested. We got kids. We doing this.
You know,
But you
see,
talking about meeting somebody just off the street that don't have a
Mm,
job right
yeah,
now
that's
at this big
madness.
age in life. I'm all set.
No, listen, we need to continue to create these.
No, I love this kind of conversation. And look, I think you know what they're talking about here as well. You know, in the role reversal, like she said, you that's when we already got investment in this. And the truth of the matter is, when we enter into this, she wants the man to be doing something and of considerable amount, because obviously she works and obviously earns a considerable amount as well. That's why I said about the roles never change. In all honesty, the roles ain't changing. Men are protectors, providers, and priests over their home. It's to be expected. Now, that can change in the course of the relationship, but women are going to get tired because the world out there is one that run by men. And it requires a certain level of energy to stay out there. And so without the protection of your partner, you know, and him now be playing the sub role to you, you end up becoming the protector, provider, and the priest of your home. And that gets tiring because you weren't built for that, right? You weren't supposed to be built for that. It was supposed to be the man that was built for that, right? To be able to protect, provide, and priestly over his home. Doesn't mean women shouldn't work. They should work. What I'm talking about is in terms of relationship, how it's supposed to be have a dynamic that most cases should have been that the man should be leading and protecting and serving and providing, not the other way around, right? It gets very sticky very quick when it's the other way around. Things don't seem to line up when it's the other way around. But that's just my thoughts. Again, I'm probably, you know, saying some things that maybe you disagree with or agree with. Let me know in the comment section. We want to know what your thoughts are. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Maybe you have a different thought process to what I am saying, and we encourage that on this channel. Comment down below. Let us know your thoughts.